Optimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at, although it's kind of hard to see because of the glare, the new Transformers Prime Optimus Prime vs. Megatron Entertainment Pack, part of the first edition of Transformers Prime toys. Optimus Prime's gun has decided to run amok. As you can see, it's a 2-pack, well, really kind of a 5-pack, I suppose, with Deluxe Class Optimus Prime, Deluxe Class Megatron, Jack, Raph, and Miko. Now, we already saw the San Diego Comic-Con version of Optimus Prime, plus we saw the New York Comic-Con versions of Raph and Jack. This is the first time we're kind of getting a look at Miko and Deluxe Megatron. And it obviously, I don't know why they call it the series premiere. That's weird, because it says, includes a series premiered episode on DVD, Masters and Students. Which, it's not the premiere, but okay, whatever. Flip around here on the side, you see other figures that are coming out. You see Starscream, well, you can't see him, Bumblebee, RC. Flip around here on the back. Big giant, I'm curious what's underneath that sticker, but big blue dot right there. Really cool picture of the Autobots there in the background. Obviously Megatron in his robot and gunship. The 3 humans. Optimus Prime. Flip around here on this side, and it says, A Rivalry Reborn. Optimus Prime and the Autobots are once again faced with a growing threat. Megatron has harnessed the power of Dark Energon and is determined to conquer Earth, and then the galaxy. The only thing defending Earth from conquest are the heroes of Team Prime. And you got Autobot versus Decepticon. Really kind of cool. Megatron was definitely one of the figures that I really wanted to get my hands on, so I'm really happy to finally be able to get my hands on this set. So let's get it open and see exactly how cool the entire thing is when it's opened up and out of its packaging. Okay guys, so here we have Megatron Prime, Miko, Jack, and Raph opened up and out of their packaging. In addition to that, here's the DVD, and it does say Masters and Students, which is really kind of weird because it also says that it's the premiere episode on the box, and that's not. And this actual blue circle thing actually hides the hub logo. I took it off on the package, and for some reason I don't know why they do that. But it says Megatron has been destroyed, and now Starscream controls the Decepticon armada. With help from Soundwave, Starscream unearths and reanimates the ancient bot Skyquake. Optimus Prime and Bumblebee detect his revived energy signal and head out to locate the source, only to be ambushed by Skyquake himself. In the chaos of the ensuing battle, a faint energy signal from space is detected. Starscream peels off to investigate. It's Megatron, and he's alive. Now this I actually find hilarious. Note to parents that the DVD is not a toy, and that adult supervision is required. So, yeah, kids, get your parents' permission. Now, starting things off, since we haven't seen it yet, is Miko. As you can see, actually a very nice looking sculpt of the figure. All of these human figures are actually pretty nice. Her head is articulated like the other ones. I actually wasn't sure if it was because her hair is kind of long and it goes down there, but her head is still articulated. She comes with a stand, much like the other figures. You flip it around here on the bottom, and it does say M for Miko, so you don't get confused. You don't want to do that. And she's got, like, really kind of funky looking shoes on the bottom, or her boots, I should say. Miko is not a character I like very much. She annoys me greatly. I honestly don't know why the Autobots don't ditch her and just throw her the, like, nearest airlock or something, because she's really kind of annoying. But overall, decent looking sculpt on this figure. Up next we have Jack, and Jack is wearing his typical long sleeve shirt underneath a short sleeve shirt, and his jeans, I suppose, but his jeans and his shoes are the exact same color. He does come with this stand as well. That does say J for Jack. All right. So Jack doesn't get confused on what he's supposed to stand on. And it's probably just because the pegs are specifically spaced to fit individual figures. But here's the retail version of Jack, and here's the New York Comic-Con version. The only real difference is the paint job of the t-shirt, and that's really it. The face is still, unfortunately, very underwhelming. Hopefully you can see that there isn't really much detail, and you can barely make out a nose and a mouth. It's really kind of lame. But there's your Jack figure, and again, he's got these weird painted fingers. They're really kind of creepy. And finally, we come to Raph, who's probably my favorite of all the humans, wearing his kind of button-down shirt with a sweater over it. I definitely like this guy. Very baggy pants. Very cool. Here he is next to his New York Comic-Con version, and exact same thing with the face. At least with this guy, you can make it out a little bit more, but, I mean, nothing really tragically different on this, except the orange sweater is white on the New York Comic-Con version. Now, in terms of the robots, starting things off first, we're going to take a look at Optimus Prime. Now, Optimus does actually sport some minor paint differences between the retail version and the San Diego Comic-Con version that we got earlier in this year. Still maintains all the same level of articulation, and you got the head rotation on a ball joint, the arms swivel, move in and out, all that fantastic stuff. I'm not actually going to show you how to transform him because I already did that in my other video. I'll just put a link down in the description. You can click on that and check that out if you really need help transforming this guy. He's actually pretty simple. But one thing you're going to notice right off the bat is the San Diego Comic-Con version has this kind of dark gray windshield, whereas the retail one has this blue part, which looks a lot better if you ask me. Not only that, but you can kind of see just silver paint covering the running lights when he'd be in his vehicle mode. This one actually, hopefully you can see that, has yellow bits. Actually pretty nice. He's got little yellow bits painted on the circles here. Those are just silver on the San Diego Comic-Con version. And then we'll get into the vehicle mode, but you can definitely see where this actually has yellow headlights. This one just has silver ones. So that's really kind of all the differences that I'm noticing here in terms of robot mode. Now in terms of the vehicle mode, you can actually see some more improvements in terms of the paint applications. As I said, on the original San Diego Comic-Con release, you don't have the yellow paint that are actually on these top running lights. You have the yellow on the new retail release, which is a lot better. The SDCC version just has silver headlights, whereas the retail has these nice yellow ones, which looks very good. Nothing really on the side that you notice that's any different whatsoever. But one thing that you will notice is on the roof, or whatever this thing is called. You got a nice silver highlight on the retail version that the San Diego Comic-Con one did not have. All in all, I definitely think that this retail version is a better looking figure in terms of the paint scheme. He's still a little bit fiddly to transform, especially with this like top section here. But if you get everything lined up properly, it pegs together perfectly fine. You just have to be a little patient and, like I said, make sure you get things properly lined up. Now as for Megatron, just looking at this figure, I absolutely love the way this guy looks. My biggest complaint would probably be just he's a deluxe class figure, and we really haven't gotten any kind of confirmation whether or not we're going to get a Voyager of him. Now, it would seem kind of silly that we're going to get a Voyager of Optimus Prime and not a bigger one of Megatron, but I really do like the way this guy looks. I do have some minor nitpicks about him. Well, they're a little bit more minor than this back piece doesn't tab into anything. So when you try moving his arms, for example, you get a full range of motion, but then that whole back piece just comes apart, and that really kind of bugs me. And I don't see anywhere really that it can tab in. I mean, there's kind of, I can kind of sort of see inside there are little hooks so that you can kind of see there and on that side there. Then you have little sections right here and here that look like they line up, although I can't seem to get them to go in all the way to actually tab together. So maybe I'm actually doing something wrong, but that kind of bugs me that you can't do that. And there's nothing that clips it or anything at the waist to really kind of hold it in place. I guess that's more than just an annoyance. I mean, that really does kind of suck and really makes the figure, unfortunately, a little floppy, and that really kind of bums me out. Overall, the aesthetic and the way he looks is very accurate to the cartoon itself, all the way down to his actual fusion cannon, which can detach, and you can take this and you can fold this out. And I don't know why you would want to do it, but you can do that, and then you can actually have him hold his fusion cannon. Although that seems kind of silly. I mean, it's Megatron, and then you see just a little tab and a little section right here. He's supposed to have it on his arm. One thing that I absolutely love is his face. That is a wonderful looking Megatron face. And he's got some really good light piping too. You can see right there, blink, 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 I am Megatron. Very cool. Overall, though, very nice detail on here. I really like the silver and the gray. It goes very nicely together all the way throughout the body, and then you get the little bits of purple that go all the way through. And again, just an overall decent looking figure. I really do like the way he looks. I just wish this wasn't so lame. And hopefully there's a way to fix that. I honestly don't know. But in terms of his articulation, his head is on this little ball joint, so you can kind of get it going wherever you want to, but because of the giant chin pieces here, it's kind of hindered, left to right, I suppose. It rotates on a ball joint here at the shoulder, bends at the elbow, rotates at the elbow. Actually, he's kind of got like two joints here, but due to the transformation. His wrists are on little tiny ball joints, but, well, not even ball joints, they're just swivel joints. But again, you can only get it rotating so much because of this little side panel right here, so that's a little unfortunate. Nothing at the waist in terms of articulation, but you get it up at the hip, you get it at the knee, and the knee also rotates just above the knee. And then these little feetums can position, you got the heel and the toe, so you can position whatever you want, and you can get some really good poses with this guy. I mean, that's just kind of a simple pose, I guess, but overall, the way that this robot mode looks is just absolutely awesome. Now, in terms of the transformation, the instructions from Hasbro once again utterly fail to properly transform the thing correctly. It amazes me that their own instructions can't instruct people how to do a proper job of transforming their own toys. So to transform him, first go ahead and remove his fusion cannon, just set that out to the side. Then come around here to the crotch section and lift this up. This kind of separates from the torso, and then angle this down, and then you see another little secondary peg right in here that kind of slots into. Just kind of put it there for now. You can push it in later on and secure a little bit more. Then take the arms, rotate them forward like so, just like that. Come around here, separate this. These little bits here are going to, well, kind of fold out. Here, rotate that up, angle these out. They slide out just a little bit, and then take these sections here, rotate these down, just like that, and then you can take this, and if you get that separated, you can get that to cover his head, just like so, and then just kind of angle these out just like that. Come around here, fold these inward. These are going to tab together right here at his forearms, and take them and fold them inward. Just like that, and you're probably going to pop it off, so go ahead and just retab it just like so. And then these are just going to kind of flop up here in the back section. There you go, something like that. We're just going to go like that, right? Yeah, and we'll fiddle with it later on and get it all lined up properly. So you have it like that. Then this section here rotates back, rotate these feet down, kind of like that, rotate that out like so. Do that on that side as well. Rotate this out. Angle these, and then they come up here. Now, this is the funny thing. Okay, here. All right. Well, we'll tab this in. I'm showing you what the instructions tell you to do, and then these little bits right in here. There's a little section inside here that they tab into. Now, the instructions, like I said, are complete crap. All right. And then you take these little bits right here and you actually push these forward, and they'll kind of click into place just like so. And this is how they tell you to have Megatron. This is him in his jet mode, according to the powers that be at Hasbro. This is where they stop in the transformation. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, they tell you to take this, and you have to plug this in. So plug that in just like so. And now you have it transformed according to the instructions. And this is completely wrong still. What you actually have to do, don't peg these legs in yet. Take these out, and then this section right here, the legs actually split apart. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And then rotate out just like so. It amazes me that the instructions don't even bother to show you this. Rotate that out just like so. Okay, then you can come around here, rotate these, and then this little bit right here actually folds out. Do that on this side as well. Way to go, Hasbro. Fold that out just like that. These little bits will rotate around. Now you can take these and you can peg everything together. That pegs up there. You see the little slot right there. That pegs in there, just like so. Come around here. You now see where those little bits tab in, and I probably pop that out. And take these sections, and you see a little slot right under here, and then this little tab right here, you rotate these around, and you just slot that in there, just like so. Do the same on this side. Just rotate that around, lift that up, tab that in, and now you have Megatron properly transformed into his jet mode. I really think that the people over at Hasbro are stupid sometimes. I mean, why would you even put out instructions that don't have... I mean, that's a big thing. You don't have the full transformation. How do you screw that up? I don't understand it. But here you have Megatron in his jet mode. Now overall, this isn't too terribly bad looking. People that hate the head exposed, they're gonna have a problem with this because his head is straight up exposed right there. But again, that's how it looked in the actual cartoon. He flies around with his head sticking out. But, I mean, he's totally watching where he's flying, so that is kind of goofy looking. Now in general, I really think that this is a very nice vehicle mode. And by nice, I mean that it's screen accurate. Now obviously it's a Cybertronian mode, and a lot of people don't really like that. I'm kind of indifferent to it. I personally think that Cybertronian modes are a little bit lazy because they don't really need to look like anything, so the designers can kind of cheat a little bit. But, this very nicely recreates how he looks in the show. The bottom is kind of an exploded mess. But at least I like how they put panel details on the bottom here to kind of fill things out. That's not too bad. But really, it is pretty cool. I do really like the way it looks. Now, in order to transform him back, just come around here, detach these, kind of flip these down and under, just like so. Detach that. Or if you didn't do it because Hasbro didn't tell you, I guess you don't have to worry about detaching that. There we go. And then just take this section here, flip this down, kind of bring the legs out, just like so. Rotate those around. Then you can rotate this around, and that'll slot right back in. And then the sides tab together just like so. And then you can fold the feet out just like that. Do the same on this side. Kind of rotate that around. Tab that together. Fold the little feetums out just like so. Come around here, detach the gun, drop the figure, detach the gun. Separate these little bits. Bring the arms down and separate those. Take this section here, that accordion's back, and then you can kind of see when this angles up, there's a little tab that it's supposed to fit into. Make sure that you get that all the way in so that it's all the way pushed in for his actual robot mode. Fold these out, take these little sections here, fold these up, creating his chest piece. Kind of get these out of the way. And then these arms, actually, if you look, they actually have to go on an angle in order to fully extend all the way in. Rotate these down, just like so. I didn't fold out his little, oh, well, I did. I just didn't reverse the legs. There we go. Rotate those around, just like so. Like I said, keep these angled up. That way you can kind of push this in as far as you possibly can. It doesn't go in all the way, and like I said, nothing really clips together, so that's really kind of unfortunate. These little bits here, just kind of angle those down just to kind of fill things out. Take this section here, rotate that up just to fill in his abdomen area. Take this doodad, plug that right inside there, and boys and girls, here you have the leader of the Decepticons, Megatron, back in his robot mode. Now when it comes down to it, can I recommend this set? Well, I can and I can't. I can for the Megatron figure and the humans. I absolutely love the fact that we have humans to be able to display with our cartoon figures. That's just a wonderful touch. I wish they had a little bit more posability, but at least they look great. Megatron is a fantastic looking figure. In terms of his robot mode, I think it's pretty damn spot on. Now, if you transform him into vehicle mode the way Hasbro tells you, you're not going to have much accuracy. If you do it the proper way, that too looks awesome. He does have his problems, especially with the whole back, but that really is the only problem with this figure. That, and he's a little smaller. I really hope when and if they make a Voyager that they don't overdo it and really lose a lot of the accuracy. Now the DVD, it's kind of weird that they give you the one that they do. Now, Masters and Students is not a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination. It's just weird that they call it the premiere episode when it really isn't. And my biggest problem is that it's a DVD. This show, in my opinion, was made for high definition. So the fact that they're giving us a DVD instead of a Blu-ray kind of upsets me. It still looks terrific, but a Blu-ray would just make it look that much better. When it comes to the Optimus Prime figure, this is the weakest part of the entire set. Now, while the paint job is a little bit better than the San Diego Comic-Con version that we got, the mold of the figure itself is still pretty bad. I know a lot of people mentioned that, well, his arms are that long in the show, and yes, they are, but this is just a bad design. I don't like it really at all. And with the Voyager version of this figure coming out, this deluxe one really, in my opinion, is pointless to have. Go for the best. Go for the Voyager Optimus Prime. So based on those different criteria, I'll let you guys decide whether or not you want to buy this set. And I'll just say until next time, this has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.